My dear friends, it's an honor to give this first PV Gopal Krishna oration. Thanks to Dr. Rangaya for insisting on my presence over here for the last few months and all the colleagues of your organization. And the topic that I have chosen for the day is Pramodified pediatrics. Okay, and you can see that there are many things in our practice which need to be modified. Okay, and you can see that meaning of the degrees which Dr. Joe gets when he passes out MD slowly changes over 40 years of practice. So MD becomes mentally dull, TNB becomes diagnosis not bothered, FIAP becomes famous for irrational antimicrobial practices. However, you must maintain some degrees. So I am PhD, meaning thereby professor of the happiness department. Okay, so everybody should be happy. And FOTC is of course father of 2 children. These are various degrees that I have. Anyway, I will just put on this. Okay. What is the way to go for the slides ahead? Okay. Thank you. So recently I met one of my friends, Dr. Kishore. He is a pathologist, and he met me on the morning walk and said, Pramod, I am really tired and frustrated of this practice. So many years in my practice, I am living with 1 capsule of push mycin every day. So I asked him, what is this push mycin? He said, I am pushing my life every day. Okay, I am not at all feeling interested. My children are abroad and I have a lot of money in the cupboard so that I can survive for the rest of my life. And I could sense that there is a tinge of frustration in what he was speaking. So I thought our colleagues should not suffer from similar and they should not be required to take push mycin every day. So what happens is, remember, when you pass out as a doctor, you are a central D, which gets surrounded by the degrees, that is another D. Then you surrounded by dollars, that means another D. And then the dear ones, that is another D. Okay. So central D, doctor becomes a donkey, another last 5th D. Okay. That should not happen. So what happens is, you have to find out the tricks to keep yourself happy like a child. We are pediatricians and we should always be smiling. We should be true to our heart and we should speak whatever comes to our mind. So if we follow simple rules, we will never be unhappy. Remember that. But different people, different masks for so many things. Okay. So people use so many masks. One for the wife, one for children. I don't know why this is masking. Anyway, is it seen over here? Very good. So one for the in-laws. Some people use one for the friends, one for the neighbors, one for the hospital staff, one for the patients, and one tends to forget the real face. That should not happen. So remove all those masks so that you will know what your real face appears like. Okay, and that is why first important thing is that you must be physically fit. Okay, and that's why you must remember that on your every happy birthday. Okay, you have to remember HBD. So check yourself for hypertension, blood sugar, dyslipidemia, and disease screening. On the happy birthday of my friend, I go to his house with a sphygmomanometer and then make him lie down and inflate the BP cuff, okay, and then check his blood pressure, because I am sure many doctors neglect, own health, okay. I have seen so many, who simply continue without checking even simple blood pressure, okay, blood sugar, and then dyslipidemia. So do it every year. And remember, happy birthday to flu. That means you must take flu vaccine every year. So that happy birthday to flu also, it's not only happy birthday to you. Okay. And everybody would remember anything after a day also. Okay. And always have a good breakfast. I call it as a IAP breakfast, which has to have iron, antioxidants like all the colored fruits and colored vegetables, and proportionate carbohydrates, proteins, and the fats. So that is the IAP breakfast. Okay. And be sure that the brain is engaged before putting mouth into the gear. Okay, so when you speak in the morning, you have to follow certain rules related to wife and the husband. Okay, so remember, NBM means nil by mouth. I usually do not speak to my wife too much between 7 to 9. It's a very sensitive period and she is very busy. If I speak one word, I have to listen 100 words back. And the days have not yet changed even at this particular age also. So I have followed that NBM. So it has gone into a rule for my life now. Doesn't matter. So never speak to your wife about other woman than your or her workplace. You are going to a place. What is the point in going there? Leave the job. Don't say anything. Okay. Do not say anything about in-laws. They are the best people in the world. And I can never have better people in my life. So all those in-laws, when they come to your house, let them stay for whatever duration of time they want to stay. Let them take your Mercedes. You have to fill up the petrol every day. Let them make all international phone calls. Don't worry. Okay. So you have to do that. Okay. And then the food that she prepares is the best food in the world. And I always say that today's food is good. Tomorrow I hope it will be better. So every day I keep saying the same sentence. Okay. And then do not speak anything about extracurricular activities of yours, if any. Okay. So remember that these are some practical rules, and I thought I must share with you. And then remember, for the women in the audience, never speak to your husband when he is hungry, angry, late and tired. Okay, so the principle is halt. So if he comes home in the evening and he is tired and hungry, first give him little bit of, say, idli or upma or something. Let you follow 3 minutes rule. That means don't speak anything. Then let his blood sugar level come up, and then tell him that your mother is going to come and stay for 6 months. Okay, so all the news should be broken after the stomach is full. Okay, remember that. And always remember to appreciate people. Okay, in our lifetime we are miser for unknown reasons while appreciating others. Suppose if somebody does something good, immediately appreciate. Good, yes doctor, you gave a very good talk, I am very happy and I learnt a lot. It is better, because feedback is the breakfast of a champion. And also appreciate the food. It's very, very important. So appreciate. Okay, and remember that there are certain barriers for you in the morning, particularly if the sleep is bad, if you are bogged down by the work, or if you have had a booze, or if your bowels are not clear, if you have not taken a bath, if you don't have beta endorphins, and if you don't have a breakfast. So see that all those 7 points are not there, then only you will feel that you are happy. And that's why remember that you should remember my birthday, which is 10th of August. So that is the 108 principle. So 1 hour of exercise, 0 screen time, and 8 hours of good sleep. Okay, so remember that it is very, very important in life, and you can try one screen free week. Today only morning Yatin gave a talk about digital detox. Okay, so detoxify yourself beyond your professional hours. You need not be after those gadgets. Okay, and in the morning try to pedal your way to the clinic. I use a bicycle for going from my home to the clinic, and that burns extra calories of mine, and it's really one which releases beta endorphins also. However, when I am called for a cesarean section, I don't use a bicycle, otherwise the baby will cry and I will stop getting the calls. So for cesarean calls you can go quickly with your two-wheeler or a car, but otherwise you please use a bicycle. And remember that you have to be brain smart. What do I mean by brain smart? We have two brains. As pediatricians, we have to remember to use the right brain also, because you are dealing with creativity, and that is the only one which is going to differentiate you from the other. And I always tell my initial days experience when other pediatrician was practicing by my side, who had a board where it was written entrance to the clinic. And when I looked at it, I thought I must use my right brain, and I put another board in front of my clinic saying main entrance. Okay, so when people saw entrance, main entrance, they started walking to my clinic, because they thought this is the main entrance, so let us go this way. But they did not know that in between Dr. Joke's clinic is there. Okay, so remember that you have to use your right brain. Start celebrating the 6-month completion birthday of the child, not 1 year birthday. At 1 year nothing great is happening, but at 6 months complementary feeding is going to start. So many things are there at 6 months. Okay, so you can give good advice about weaning and others. So use your brain properly and be brain smart. Okay, and also enter smart on time with clothes which are bright white, and wear a smile. Okay, always come in a with a smiling face. If you smile, remember it improves the face value, it's the cooling system of the head, and it's the enlightening system of the heart. If you smile, nothing is lost. Whatever I am telling you, it doesn't cost you anything. And also develop the habit of a prayer in the hospital or the clinic where you are going. Okay, so Mayo Clinic dress code. If you see Mayo Clinic, best dressed doctors in the world, that has been rated by Google. See how smart they are looking. You would feel as if you should also go and stand by their side. Of course, they may not accept you in lungi and pajama, but that is different. that doesn't matter. But you should remember that you should be dressed well. And it is not for others, it is for you, because you feel confident when you are well dressed. Okay, remember, and always remember to be in the company of the positive and the good people. These are the PGs. Okay, so positive attitude by encouraging the people. When you reply the email, okay, do not only write thank you, okay, or some emoji. No, you should write 4 or 5 sentences. Thank you very much for inviting me today for this PATS conference. I will be very, very happy to see you again. If you ever come to Pune, come to my house. Now I will give you tea and poha if my wife is happy. So all those things you must write as a reply to the emails coming to you. Don't only reply, okay, thank you, see you again. No, don't do that. So you must, infuse the enthusiasm in the people in front also, and keep away from those who have wrinkles on the forehead. I call them as rinku. Rinku is a person who has wrinkles on the forehead. Always rinku. As if, they are throwing acid fast bacilli continuously, making other people also negative. What is the need? Why you want to go to Hyderabad today? You only went last Sunday. Why are you again going? So keep away from such people. And remember how to identify negative people. Those who make you aware of your age. Oh, no, you are above 50, above 60. Keep away from them. Please tell them that I do not believe in any age. If I am 60, I am 6-year-old. I remove the 0 from the age. If I am 70, I am 7-year-old. Okay, you did not worry about what is my age. Why you are bothered? Oh, even at 80 you are going for a travel. So let me go know what is there. So don't, pay attention to these people. Always, there are some people who are cribbing about health. I have hypertension, diabetes, I had fractured neck femur, I cannot climb the hilltop. So keep away from people who speak about the diseases and those who speak about climate. Oh, it is cloudy, it is going to be cool or hot or rainy sometime or there. What is to be spoken about it? Unnecessary people keep speaking about it. So keep away from them. And remember to have a beautiful and a smart clinic. As I told you, one must feel like going to the clinic every day. Okay, so keep the clinic very clean. Keep a smart receptionist at the counter so that you also should feel like going there. And then also, in the clinic, you can keep the growth corner where you can measure the height and the weight and the other parameters of the child, a play area for children. And the receptionist, I always say, basically the age of the receptionist should be inversely proportional to the age of the doctor. So if I am say 70, then she could be 20 or 25. And if you are 20, she should be 70. So that no problem to either party anytime. Remember that. And the head circumference, that is IQ of the receptionist, is very important. Don't look at other circumferences, very important. Okay. And remember that in the clinic, whenever you are dealing with the nursing staff and others, remember to give them PPF. That is not our PPF, that is not the Public Provident Fund, but it is the payment, praise and food. Always praise their work. Okay. In case if they have a good handwriting, say good words about it. Okay. Recently, there was one staff nurse, who had a very bad handwriting and I did not understand what she had written. So I showed little bit of agitation and I was irritated. What is this? I am unable to understand what you have written. But then she said, sir, can't you, rather admire the fact that I put the IV line in the first prick? Then I realized that I should speak always good and praise these people. Okay, very important. And then pay them well and give them food in the morning. At 8 o'clock, all my staff members get either idli vada or upma, poha or sabudana khichdi, whatever it is, one different menu every day so that their sugar level comes up. And as I give them free of cost at exactly 8 a.m., they come on time. Otherwise at 8:30, I stop giving that. Okay, so they all come on time. Remember, this is very important. And grant them leaves and celebrate their birthdays. Cut the cake during the birthday celebration and give the entire cake back to them to be shared by their family members. Don't take it back to your home. Otherwise, I will give you one piece, other cake I am taking back. Don't do that. Okay. And then remember, there is no alphabet I in the word team. And that's why if there is a cotton ball which is on the floor, you yourself pick it up so that they understand that Dr. Jog is a part of the team. And remember to build a team proactively. Okay. And that means from your side. Okay. And there are some principles of leadership which I will just tell you. And remember that you have to behave smart. So when a patient comes to you, first you have to smell the patient, particularly those alphabets, starting from P alphabet, like the police, the pleader, the PAN walas. PAN walas are the income tax people because they give us the PAN number. Then the politicians, the pharmacist in your area, and so many people, you must remember that they are the ones who are to be disposed of very, very fast. Okay, treat them fast and let them go back fast. Listen to what the patients are saying. Very important. This word listen has been put in the capital letters because it has 6 alphabets, LISTEN. And if you reshuffle the alphabets, a new word comes, and that is SILENT. That is silent. So in case if you are silent at the back of mind, then only you can listen to what the person in front is speaking. But if you are not silent, and if you are thinking as to what your partner is doing at home, what is the share market doing, and what is going to happen tomorrow, it's so many things are there in the mind. So be silent and always try to look into the eye of the patient in front. Of course, in case of children, it's very difficult because they start crying because they know that Dr. Jog is going to give tuchuk, an injection, in case if at all he comes closer. There is no question of looking into the eye of the mother because the husband is sitting next to her. So best way is to look into the eye of the grandparents because usually they like that Dr. Jog is looking to them. Praise the grandmother. Always praise her. Tell her that you have dressed your grandson very, very well. And the most important sentence is, you do not appear to be the grandmother of 4 grandchildren. Okay. So if you say that, no patient of yours will go from yours to Dr. Rangaya. Okay, remember, so they will all come to you. Okay, and speak properly. The trick of speaking is to remember in each and every alphabet of this word SPEAK, which stands for sincerity, personality, experience, authenticity, and knowledge. All these have to be reflected in what you speak. Okay, and earlier Dr. Sudhakar mentioned about the importance of touch. Okay, so put the pat on the back. The child really feels happy. Otherwise, they are usually afraid because you are always giving them pricks. Okay, and never say anything ill about doctors. That is NSAID, about the colleagues. Today he is at some other place, today you are in your own chair, but tomorrow it is possible that you are at some other place and he is in the chair. So he can also speak something about you. Ours is a very small family, okay, of pediatricians. We are intelligent people. I have now experience of so many years. I have seen other specialties, they are okay like doctors, but we are very intelligent. We are very sensitive. We are very patient considerate. But if you see others, like with due regards to orthopedic surgeons, cardiologists and all, they don't get emotionally so much involved in the patients in front of them. So we have a small family and we must share whatever we know and whatever we feel. And that's why please keep your friends close to you. Very few friends. Remember, in life, if you count the people who are close to you, the figure is not more than 150. That was a survey which was done. One doesn't have more than 150 people closer to you. So you can count it tonight as an additional home exercise. And remember this particular Kama Sutra. What is that? That means which keeps you, mentally calm. So you have to have a clutter-free table which reflects a clutter-free mind. Okay? And please get rid of ego. Ego is a word which you must remember. Many of us, as we practice, they start developing a lot of ego. But ego means it erases the God out. Everybody has a God inside, okay? And that particular God is erased if you have an ego. And remember, every single day try to improve yourself, and that is purification with the various techniques which I told you right since morning. Remember, we always get thought attacks, and it is said that more than heart attacks, people get thought attacks. 20,000 thoughts come to our mind every day, remember that. And try to convert negative thoughts, which are impinging on your brain, by replacing them by positive thoughts. Example, if you are sitting in the hotel and if you have ordered a vegetable sandwich, and if the waiter brings a non-vegetarian chicken sandwich, at the entrance of the the waiter itself, you should halt and tell him, please take that particular chicken sandwich back. Okay, do not accept it and eat it. What we do is we accept the sandwich and continue to eat it, and that is accepting negative thoughts. Don't accept. At the entrance itself, try to see that the thoughts are driven away. Okay, and always remember 5 happiest moments in the life and put them in bold letters printed on the computer today and put them in the living room. For example, you stood first in the SSC board, you got gold medal when you passed MD, then you became the president of IAP, then you got elected to the WHO position, some 4, 5 and some familial achievements. If you try to count good achievements and happy moments, they are very few. But we unnecessarily continue to count the bad moments. This happened, then I was in love with her, but she always said no to me. Don't remember now that yet those days are over, and you are lucky that you did not get married to her, isn't it? So later on you need not think about it. So all those bad moments you please remove from your mind, and always have some Karodpati break, as I told you, deep breathing. Whenever patients are in plenty, after every 2 hours, close the door of your chamber and put your mobile on the silent mode. Start taking deep breath and start counting back from 100, 99, 98, 97, 96 back up to 0. It takes about 2 minutes. During this, you have to close the eyes and take a deep breath while you are counting. This will give you energy for working over the next 2 hours, okay? And if you are senior enough now to have, enough money and no problem now, then either you can have day on, day off, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or morning on, morning off. Whatever you want, you can change the schedule. People will continue to come to you. And always remember, you can always be the jack of two trades, but in life always try to be a master of at least one, where people must come to you for that particular advice. Try to develop at least that by the end of your life, okay? I told you about this two sides of the brain, and also remember to keep your heart above the head. Look at the Mangal Sutra of any Hindu Indian woman. If it only contains a black thread, please waive off the charges. No Hindu Indian woman would put a black thread as Mangal Sutra. Every woman is fond of gold, okay, and she will put at least little bead of gold in the necklace, which we call as Mangal Sutra. So if she has a black thread, obviously it means that she is poor. You need not say that you are poor, that's why I am not charging you. You should be able to see the unseen tears in the eye of the person in front of you. Tears are not always seen, but change of facial expression. If I ask for some XYZ amount, then her facial expressions would change. Okay, you should understand that. And this is nothing but having some relation with EQ. Okay, that is emotional quotient. And remember that there are some brain boosters, particularly when you are traveling from one place to other in the heavy traffic. Keep some good audio cassettes or CDs in the car and try to listen to the good speeches that you like, maybe medical or non-medical. I keep so many audios in my vehicle, and I call my car as the university on the wheels. Okay, so I keep listening to one while going, one while coming back. Already many times we spend 30-40 minutes for going from one place to other. Okay, and then enter on time and exit on time. Okay, remember vitamin M is a very toxic vitamin and it accumulates. M is of course money. So remember that you don't accumulate much of it, spend it as you go. I was just talking to Dr. Suhas Prabhu in the morning. He said these days, children do not want, to have that money and all. They want to enjoy and experience life. I agree with him. And remember, that is why you should always remember that, work expands to fill up the time available. What is this law? What does it mean? It means, suppose if you are going to be here till 5 p.m. and if the sessions get over at 4 o'clock, then you have 1 hour at hand. But you will unnecessarily keep moving here and there, have coffee, visit the stalls, okay? So the work will expand only to fill up the time which is available. So don't do that. Always try to finish your work and go back to your work, okay? And remember this gentleman who after his presidency also is enjoying the family life. So I told you to have 3 deep breaths and follow the principle of DTH, that is direct to home, okay? Nowhere else, not to have Usmania biscuits and Irani cafe and the Jafrani tea from Mista house and all. So directly go to your house and always say, I have enough money, I have enough energy, and I have enough time for my family. Always remember 3 alphabets, I have enough. And remember that busy parents are really injurious to the health of children, okay? And I always say that the TRP, that means the time, the role model and the pyar of the parents is very important, and that I call as the PMR, that is the parental maturity rating, okay? So my dear friends, remember that the parents' unconditioned love, support and encouragement, that is the real pulse, okay, of, rearing up children, okay? So accept your child, son or a daughter as he or she is. He may be not be as brilliant as the neighbor's son or daughter. He may not be doing well. He may be having some physical problem, but you have to accept because, they are a part of your family. And remember that art of living together in life is also very important, and that's why remember LOVER, and that stands for listening to the partner, overlooking the minor mistakes, vibing with the partner, encouraging and respecting and sacrificing. All these are very important, and it is never too late to start loving your partner. You will say, oh, I never understand what is the meaning of the word love. Doesn't matter. As soon as this talk is over, go outside, call your partner on mobile and just say, I love you. he or she may be surprised as to what has happened suddenly. Of course, don't tell them that Dr. Jog has told you to call and say, otherwise that will create a problem. But just say and see the magic when you go home back. You will be welcome with a different look and a tone. But the most important part, I am coming to the end of my talk and want to tell you and ask you whether you are really internally happy. Internally happy, okay? In life, what is ultimately important? Money you are going to get, I am also going to get. But remember, you have to think whether you are really the one that you could have been. Okay, we are all pediatricians, doctors, that's fine. But was there any other thing in your mind which you could have been? And that's why, please, remember that these are all different intelligences that the God has given us. A linguistic intelligence, like someone who speaks nicely, kinesthetic, logical, mathematical. Someone who has a good mathematical intelligence can be an account keeper. Even in the hospital, he can look after the accounts. Musical intelligence. So you might have any type of intelligence in addition to your academic intelligence that you have, and try to explore that, so that one thing in addition to your being a pediatrician will really, really make you happy. So everyone should find out his or her own tonic. And I tell you, it is the life beyond practice which will keep you fresh in the life during practice. This is very important, that whatever you do outside hours in the practice will keep you happy. And that's why you should know certain stress busters like singing or shero shairi or some social activities or spirituality. It's very simple to understand what is spirituality. Whenever someone offers me a good shawl, usually I give it to the premature baby in the hospital where I visit, because the poor lady wants for that 1.5 kg preterm. Spirituality is nothing beyond this. The coconut that I get is given to the a malnourished child. He will enjoy the coconut as well as get good calories. So do whatever you can, and remember that sexual health also in life is important. And remember, sex is a part of love, and there is no sexpiry date, remember that. And every day try to achieve more and more sexcellence. It is very important. Many of us neglect this part, and sometimes it leads to depression. Okay, so be very, very active physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, as well as sexually. Okay, and as I told you, a smile is a lifetime booster. Okay, if after this talk, even if you do not carry any point home, at least start smiling from tomorrow morning. Why tomorrow morning? Even if after the talk, smile with each other and be friendly. Okay, and smile from the heart, not like the air hostess who brings the tea or coffee for you and only smiles. Okay, then you also don't feel like smiling back to her, isn't it? So of course, if she starts smiling from her heart with everybody, then she will have a tough time. So she has to follow certain restrictions also. And remember, be with the moment. Always remember to enjoy the moment, because the past is gone, the future you don't know. And that's why you enjoy the moment. It is always said that a gentleman was having a nice sip of coffee on a Sunday morning. Somebody had forgotten to add sugar to that coffee, okay? And then he abuses till he, completes the last sip of coffee, finding that there is lot of sugar at the bottom of the cup. The point to be remembered is that we have a lot of happiness in the life. We only forget to stir it, okay? So try to have the coffee with sugar all throughout and enjoy. Don't keep happiness in the fixed deposit. If you feel like going somewhere, plan a nice trip to Switzerland for 2024. So your children and family will look forward to going there next year. So enjoy life, be excited for all the 24 hours. And that's the carpe diem, that is seize the day. Whatever day is in front of you, you seize it in the morning. And in time, please hand over to the next generation. So prepare someone who is close to you, in whom you believe, so that you can have a good retirement plan. In the morning, I heard Dr. Ajay Kumar speaking about retirement plan. So he said, dispose of all your removable properties and only keep your place where you are staying. Okay, maintain only that. Don't keep, because your children who are abroad do not want what you have. Okay, so relax at the place where you are. And remember, the stethoscope of success is to be humble. And always remember what people would say. Just think, if after 1 hour, after this, you are not in this world, what people would say? Are itna khadus tha, whenever I asked for a leave, he did not give leave, he never gave me money, never praised me. So do you want people should speak this about you? Never. So remember what people would say if you are not here, okay? And that's why Pramodify, okay? So have a positive attitude, be rational, keep academically updating with the means that I told you, maintain childlike qualities, have one extra quality, and discard all the bad memories. So my dear friends, with that, I request you to promotify life and just take important carry-home messages back to your home. Again, I thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to deliver this first PV Gopal Krishna oration, and I conclude my talk. Thank you very much.
Round of applause, sir. Okay.
Like and subscribe Eagle Media Works.